Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. And tonight is Charity's Men Tell All episode. Can you believe that? Isn't that wild? I've got the full preview for you right here. We have surprise bachelorettes arriving. We have a surprise golden bachelor arriving. You can guess who that is. We've got Braden. It's gonna be a Braden was here for the wrong reasons. Will we hear from Xavier? Will Xavier be there? So much to get into. Do me a solid. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals for stand-up show updates. This Thursday, Huntington Beach. Next Thursday, Seattle. Tickets are on sale for those below. Patreon.com/Dave Neal for behind-the-scenes bonus content. On the Patreon today, I'll be discussing what I said to Tom Sandoval after my stand-up show and a spoiler from Tom Sandoval's season of Special Forces. So if you want that spoiler, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. I will also discuss it a little bit spoiler-free on the podcast Bachelor Rush Hour this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. Let's jump right into tonight's episode. Braden said it here best with this face. Oh boy, what's it gonna be? We're gonna get why did you come on the show if you weren't that serious? We'll have those conversations. They'll be painful. Although Braden, I don't see him being any sort of way with being confrontational. I think he's going to say nice things and they'll end up being okay. I say that because I met Braden. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He's a nice guy. Maybe he just wasn't ready to marry Charity. And then there's Aaron. We'll have some smart mouths from him. The dude from Florida making that dude from Florida's face, which is like, I shouldn't have said that, but I did. Kind of like, Dad, bail me out. Kind of, Dad, one of those faces here. And then, okay, we got that. So lots to get into. The facial expressions are selling it already. But first, let's go back to last episode.
I didn't really understand what happens at the end of all this.
I should have that on my soundboard. I didn't really understand what happens at the end of this. Yeah, neither did we, Dotton, neither did we. Here's a preview of tonight's Men Tell All, which will feature everybody except the finalists, which are, who do we have? I don't even remember who's left. Joey, Aaron. Is Aaron still around? Did he come back? I don't even remember how he left off. And Dotton.
Braden's with us here tonight.
Hello.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him?
I will be honest, I did not like how you decided to navigate our relationship and our connection on the show. I feel like I was my 100% authentic self to you the whole time. I don't think I ever put on for anybody in this house.
From the very beginning, I wasn't sure if the environment was the best environment for me, but the only thing that I took out of it was the fact that I really liked you. There was that spark that you want when you meet someone.
I would just go right to the point. It's like, if you weren't there for an engagement, why were you there?
Oh, and you're saying that I was the one who couldn't get to the place of potentially getting engaged.
Oh, the whole, you were there for the wrong reasons. No, you were there for the, okay, so this conversation, tale as old as time.
Couldn't even get her to go meet your family because you were scared about that.
Your doubts about her. That's the difference.
It wasn't. It was about getting down on a knee in the end. Even when I left, what I told her is I said, you know what, I really liked you. I wish you the best with this process. And if it doesn't work out.
You're telling her you really like her, but on the backside, you're like, she's being fake. You're calling Charity fake.
Tonight on The Bachelorette. Okay. And Kelly said, our good friend Kelly, John says, the tell-alls need to go. We don't want fabricated drama. We just want the love story. I'll say this. I don't necessarily think the tell-alls need to go, but I do think the drama is super fabricated, and I do think they could have longer conversations. The tell-all essentially could just be what Andy Cohen has, which is the Watch What Happens Live. So Bravo, like I've said, I've been saying this ever since I started watching Vanderpump Rules. Bravo is a superior network when it comes to making reality TV. They're just better. It just happens that The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Golden Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, they're all on network TV, so they have a built-in bigger audience. But Bravo's just better at what they do. I've been watching Below Deck. Whenever you watch a Bravo show, they'll generally have, after the show, a Watch What Happens Live, where they'll interview people in real time talking about their time on the show. The set for Watch What Happens Live is everything I've been saying The Bachelor should have. A built-in set, ready to go. Shoot it. You could do it 3 episodes a week, at least 1 a week, which is essentially like a Men Tell All. Instead, what The Bachelor does is 1 overproduced episode that can't possibly get these tough conversations in, and then they've got the Bachelor Happy Hour podcasts, which are low produced, low quality, low effort, and not really good listening material. It's the Bachelor Happy Hour podcasts are the reason why my channel can flourish, because people want more. They want something better than that garbage, rubbish they're served up. And the men tell all will try to have too many conversations at once, and it just becomes a mess. But I don't know if we're going to see one of those like Shanae moments where everyone's out to get somebody. I think Braden was supposed to be that person, but much like Logan Palmer, I think Braden charmed his way past that. I don't think everyone's buying that Braden narrative, so it's villain light.
Your first ever Golden Bachelor, Gary. How the heck have you been doing these past couple of weeks?
It's a whirlwind the last couple of weeks.
If that's not indication to how much people are going to want to tune into this season, I don't know what is. That is called hype, folks. People are hyped up.
I mean, I feel like the last ingredient going into the blender for a smoothie, and
he's just Kermit the Gary. Oh, I feel like in a fantasy suite. Shall I, okay.
your finger's right on the button to start it.
So listen, in all seriousness though, tell us what you're hoping to find throughout this experience.
Having been married for many years and being happily married, I know that I'm not going to find the same thing. I'm
He
open
has a little glitter on his face, doesn't he?
to finding the new love life. At this point, I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping I see it.
There he is. Gary Turner, the new Bachelor. Let's see what some people have said here. Gary is here. I repeat, Gary is here. Back to Love Doc. Dr. Diane Strakowski said, love this journey for Golden Gary Turner. Can't wait. We need a new rose emoji. The incredible, sweet, and endearing way that he spoke about his late wife made me love him immediately. I love this because, he's not in it to be an influencer like 95% of the people who go on the regular show. I love that he said it's not going to be the same love, but a new love. Yeah, you never want to replicate what something was. You just want to find the loving energy in what is. That's a great thoughts from Gary. Charity, I have your clarity. So we have some nice audience member shots here. Oh, very cool. The featured this Barbie is my favorite Bachelorette. That's Charity. So people are hyped for Charity tonight. Will it be a good episode or not? We'll have to see. Whenever they bring in other bachelors and bachelorettes, it's just time filler. Like, where was the time to bring in Michelle Young?
Please welcome former Bachelorettes, Trista Sutter, Desiree Siegfried, and Deanna Pappas.
So good.
Fantastic. How cool is this, by the way, to have them here?
I'm like trying to keep it cool right now because these are like, no, for real. These are like OGs.
How do you think she's been handling everything as the Bachelorette on her journey to find love?
You're doing incredible.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Great girl. You really are just so classy.
You know how to communicate your feelings. You're able to give us insight into what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and I think it's really beautiful and it's fun to watch.
It's that emotional maturity, and we all
A little bit.
appreciate it. Girl, you're doing a great job.
It's so cool having former Bachelorettes come back and support our current Bachelorette. It's something that's really empowering. It's really
It's a tight
good to
group
see.
of people.
It is.
We
It
are
really
each
is.
other's biggest supporters.
Rachel Lindsay was like, I'm going to be busy that day. Thank you very much. But of course, they were able to find some original bachelorettes there.
You're telling her you really like her, but on the backside, you're like, she's being fake.
The men tell
I have to
all.
be smart. I have to play a game. I got to manipulate everything.
Honestly, he signed up for the wrong show.
She said, I don't believe anything she's saying.
I feel like I was my 100% authentic self to you the whole time. This is too late right now. Like, saying I love you is not going to turn around the situation. You said what you said.
I said I love you prior to that.
No, you did not.
Girl.
You're
She
telling
don't know.
her you.
All right, so we're going to have some confrontation. I already said I loved you. She's like, no, you didn't. Well, can we get the archives to see if this was on Bravo, they would have the clip ready to show him, whatever. But again, they don't work as hard because it's a network TV show and they've probably just been Gravy Train and then Bravo Kid Brothers out producing them. But I digress. That's just a different topic. All right. So those are all of your trailers for tonight's episode. Will it be good? Will it be a dud? I'm guessing somewhere in between, but I'm leaning on the dud side. That's not to say anything negative about Charity. That's just to say I don't see that moment where we go, I can't wait to watch tonight's episode. We've got Luke P here. We've got, there is no giant enemy. Will it be Xavier? I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. We will be live at 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. Pacific, and directly after tonight's episode to talk about everything that's going down on the show and also in Bachelor Nation. Last week was a wild week. So far, we're back in the eye of the storm where it's going to be a little calm until it's not. We're getting close to Charity's finish line, and we'll have to see how it all plays out. If you want bonus content, I'll have some original non-Bachelor news for you on today's Bachelor Rush Hour podcast, along with some more Bachelor content, plus some information on my meetup with Tom Sandoval. Can you imagine that? Yeah, I'll use Tom Sandoval to sell a couple Patreon members. Go to patreon.com/Dave Neal for the spoilers for Tom Sandoval's season on Special Forces. The one thing I wish I asked him, though, about what he thought of Nick, because we know him and Nick got pretty close on the show, but I didn't get that far. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. We'll be back with more right after this. Let's talk about Tom Sandoval. So here are spoilers that I'm going to tell you from his mouth, and just keep it on the Patreon, please. If any of this leaks, I can never talk about these types of things again. It's not a big deal, but it has to be something that we don't share with others.